Where are we? Has this been downloaded? Oh, sorry, I didn't download this. So I don't know if you have even been checking your folder because I've put a lot of stuff there over time, as I said I would. But
I don't think I have the Dropbox.
no, you
right?
have. You have access now. That Dropbox link.
Okay,
Okay, fine. No, I mean we'll see some things today, so that's fine. First, really apologies because at one time I just thought maybe I should just back out from this entire experience. But like I said, I told you what was my motivation from day one. I just feel that it should still be done, and it's a great project. So it doesn't have. Where is this stuff now? Windows. Where? Oh, I did not open pictures. Where are the pictures? So, Babatunde. Just 1 minute, please. I'm looking at the visuals. No, programming. Under programming. All these are from your folders, but I'm sure I need to even arrange the folder properly. Is this framework? Okay, framework. Great. I hope I can go left, right with this. Can I go? Great. So I think we are good now. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please. I want to be sure that I'm sharing. So can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Great. What else do I need to do now? Calm down, Babatunde. Let's go back to the basics. Back to tab. Oops, no, up tab. Oh no. Sorry.
No problem.
Where are we? Why is it still not showing the next frame? Oh, great. Okay. So this is, I think, the gold standard, and this is where we have to agree on quite a number of things. So I'm not just a believer in theory.
Yes.
And so, like I said, apologies for not getting back to you on a lot of things. First, health issues, and then breakdown. Then there was a time I would build something, it will break down. I would build something, it will break down. So I need to look at technology, look at a lot of stuff. And that was why we had this challenge. So can you see the screen? The Adidai framework?
Yes, I can see. I'm reading through.
Yeah, so I can zoom. I don't know, you're using your phone or your laptop.
I can even zoom from my own side here with my phone.
Okay, great. Okay, so I don't need to zoom. Okay.
Yes, you don't need to. Thank you.
So, and all the diagrams are yours. They are in your folder. So I think you should pay a visit to that place just in case you want to insert it in your write-up in your thesis later on. And then if you agree with everything, you have to first agree, So I try and look at all my notes, and then this is the framework. So if we start with the analysis, if you say you can, that's where I am now.
Yes.
So the learning need by examining the target audience. So first, and there are two things I should talk about: the practical side of this work, and then the theoretical part. You are going to write your chapter 3 in detail, which I expect. So you may need some academic references and blah blah blah. Fine. Yeah. So I will do that. But what worried me was not even the academic references. It was the. So 1 minute. Just this fan is not blowing me at all.
Okay.
Just a minute, please.
All right.
No. Okay. So let me just go ahead. I don't know why I'm feeling hot, and I think I damaged the fan. So it says the understanding the learning need by examining the target audience. The target audience are SS2 students who are in Kano. And now all the demographic that surrounds them and the unique challenges that come with that group, we need to take it into factor because analysis will fit into design.
Yes.
You get my point?
Yes.
If we do it, go ahead, please.
And what I'm going to, apart from the major thing I'm so like this analysis is a need assessment. So I'm also going to draft a questionnaire which I'm going to administer to the teachers so that we can see if there is the need for the package.
Okay. So, I mean, when you were now doing, so let me, I'm glad you said this because also I want to try and listen in as much as possible, you know, with all I have been through now, trying to build a program that will fit that issue.
Yes.
Is the project topic has to do with Gardner's intelligence overlapping, what's the word about today? Overlapping, using intelligent storing system.
Yes, yes.
The ITS. So we want a system that can teach. So
yes,
this is good if we do a questionnaire because we now know what is the drive of this needs assessment? If I may ask, but that would be good. Needs assessment.
What is the
what kind of questions are you asking?
The actual gap between the innovative method of teaching and the traditional method of teaching, which I know even if I don't admit, since it's like a formality, even if I don't administer, I know the results will come positive. They would want to have an innovative method of teaching this course.
Okay, that's fine. So let's do that at teacher side. But actually, when I was talking about analysis here, I was thinking at the student side.
Oh, okay.
The analysis is answering this question. So your own analysis is asking, which is good. We can combine the two and you can still write on them. Your own analysis is asking what strategy is more effective for teachers in communicating the concept. My own analysis is asking the question, what kind of student is in my class?
Okay.
And I'm basing it on the theory of Gardner's intelligence that if I look at a class of 20 people, 2 may be visual, 3 may be auditory. Do you get my point? On that theory, but want to find out what kind of students I have.
Okay.
So if you are administering a questionnaire for the teachers, that's fine. But I think we need to administer a questionnaire for the students.
Yes.
That was what I was thinking when I was doing this. But
it's also,
please go ahead.
Yes, it's also you're also in line with what I'm saying. We can go with the two actually.
Okay, great. So so I think that analysis will be fairly straightforward if you write your question. Now, I have a group of questions now that help to evaluate what type of student you are. If you are more visual, you know, than auditory, than logic, because like I said, the analysis also that's the second analysis I did, is the analysis of the technology and the real suitability. Because if you look at what I wrote here in this my infographic, the target audience and the environment. I need to take note of the fact that I am not in New York. I'm not in London. I'm in a suburban area. That's my review, which I will show you in the next slide. I'm in a suburban area, so I'm putting that into consideration that some of the technologies that may be ideal, you know, when you're looking at ITS, those theses that people are written, they're writing it from London, they're writing it from America. Those people already have some infrastructure and facility.
Yes,
so there are two types of analysis that will require you to do a questionnaire. We said for both the students
and the
teacher. Yeah, there's that analysis. But there's also analysis of the environment, the context, the situational analysis of where this concept is going to be tested and implemented, which I'm talking about Kano, where you have to talk about the North Central, the challenges of the educational system there, and all that that you find. Since you're also there, you will know some of these things. So, and then the existing curriculum, which you have given me with this book. Where is the book, sir? Where in this table? So I have the book, and so what I've done, of course, you would see if you have time to look at that. I've tried to tease out all the entire curriculum, the ones you gave me. I think about 6 or 7 major themes, and then break it down. So the curriculum, how how suited is it? Do you get it? For example, they're in SS2. Are they able to do SS2 curriculum without, like, a small test? And this will go into the student test because you can combine them together when you're trying to find the learning types, and then just like a pretest, you give them questions that ideally an SS2 student can answer.
The answer, okay.
So that we can see the learning gaps. How many people failed question number 9? Question number 9 was on pollution. Question number 10 was on transportation systems. Question number this thing was on. You get it? So we ask a series of questions, maybe 20, and find out. Then have these interviews with them, which, if the teacher were to teach them better, would they prefer it in Hausa alone, or English alone, or English mixed with Hausa? I think the concept is called, what's the concept called? It's called multi-languaging or something. Multi-languaging, where, and this is not only in Nigeria, so don't think, oh, no, they use it in Spain, use it in France, where some people, in order to understand that there's something called the primary language, or is it called primary language and secondary language? I am primarily English. My secondary language will be Yoruba. You could be primarily English, and sometimes the other way around. It could be Yoruba for some people where they are more dominant with Yoruba, understand, but they understand a little bit of English. So,
yes.
I forgot what there's a term they call it. I will get it once I talk.
Okay.
So that it's called multi-languaging, where when the teacher is teaching, the teacher is using 2 languages. So we want to also ask the students when do you understand best, or what kind of teaching language will you prefer? This is also in analysis level. Am I recording? I said I was recording, Abby.
Yes. You said you were
good. So you can have the record. So all these things you can look at, listen to them, and then write your notes.
So, sir, in that case, can we not merge the 2 together for the students?
That's what I'm saying. For the students, when you're asking, you're now trying to find what type of students, what is their capacity, and these are the research questions now.
Yes.
What is the capacity? So there's going to be a section where you're asking them straightforward biology questions to find their capacity. Then there's question about preference. How do they like to be taught? There was nothing we talked about, but I'm sure because when I do a video like this, I can even glean more insights than, I've missed out something again. But we're looking at the capacity basically, and their preference for learning. Are they visual learners? Are they auditory learners? So it will have, I see the students generally having 3 major sections. The section that determines what kind of learner they are. The section that determines what kind of language and what kind of settings. For example, are they used to using a mobile phone? Do they have one? Have they used one before? Did you get my point? Because now it's an ITS system. It has to have technology in it. So the ability, I was in Sierra Leone some years ago and realized, Jesh, please let me close the door. Close the door, Jesh. Gently. So I was in Sierra Leone, and that was years back, and we realized they could not even use a smartphone. So we had to train them how to do tap. They didn't know and swipe. You swipe effortlessly on a smartphone. They did not know. They were used to all this Nokia and those press phones.
Yes.
And then smartphones had come. You understand? So how good are they with it? How many people in their class have it? Do you get my point? Because by the time we come to implementation, which is step 4, we may have to do a bit of training for them to use the technology.
Okay.
As you are training the teachers, you may be training the students too. But let's leave it. We're going to step 4. So let's leave step 4 now. Let's just stay in 1 for now. But I'm just telling you how that connects. So 3 sections again for the student. The kind of learning styles they are, which I said we should just frame it around those 4. But let's just even see. Even generally, just find out what Gardner's intelligence they have. The group of questions I have, I will be happy to share that too. Their preference for their capacity, their current capacity in biology for their level.
Yes.
The SS2 level, this is where they should be, 100%. Are they at 50? Are they at 60? Or are they at 92? Averagely, randomly taking some schools and classes, especially in the areas where you want to implement this study. So you need to
Yes.
do that. And then their technology effectiveness, and then their preference and language. So there's a section that talks about the language, how they prefer to be taught, how well they can use technology, and blah, 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 blah. So that's generally how the students always go. Because an intelligent tutoring system, the teacher is just supposed to guide them. They're not, in quote, teacher is not supposed to be there, but we can do a hybrid system based on the reality of ground where the teacher will guide them.
Guide them, yes.
Yes.
On how to navigate the whole.
Yes. But it ideally, if you look at all the tutoring theses and write-ups you have found out,
okay,
it's supposed to be the learner, the student that does it himself. But you have to look at our local context. And we have to defend it. Even though they do it in America by themselves and Europe, there are certain constraints about a lag in technology, even though that gap is bridging. You may be shocked that all of them have smartphones and they are using it.
True, it's true.
So I know that is getting down. So that is how we're looking at it. But that you have brought an interesting perspective, which I think we should add there. The teachers. Did you get it? The teachers.
So far for analysis phase, we are going to have a questionnaire for the teachers, a questionnaire for the students, and a questionnaire for the environment, or we're going to merge the environment and the curriculum in.
So the environment is tied to the students too.
Okay.
Now the environment, I don't think it should just be basic deck study. What I mean by that, just a deck review. What is it's a little bit of literature review on Kano and Kano's dynamics of education. I don't think that should be a quantitative study, just a secondary. So what the data say about Kano, the environment, how many people are suburban, how many people are, there's a word they use in education. I'm trying to remember how many people can read and write. There's a word for it, just basic reading and writing.
Literacy.
You said? We use it for every country. That just reading and writing, they can read and they can write, So there's a word for it. I'm looking at the technology, educational term. There's a term. When I get it, I'll pick it up, I'm sure I'll pick it up. So there's a word that I'll search it out. Let me just write it. They just want to know. Yeah, I did it in Sierra Leone too. So what we observed is that there are people who are in school, they're in SS1. If you give them a paper to read, they can't even read one line.
Okay.
So if I can't read English, Babatunde is sitting down in front of the computer. How can I read the English of physics to answer my questions? Did you get it? So if I give you a test, you can't even read this. And this is in Sierra Leone, not Nigeria, but I know that Nigerians too have it. And this was last year. I was there last year.
Okay.
So we did some study where they are supposed to, we'll give them a passage to read.
Okay.
And then we'll give them a little writing task to write about your daddy. And some people just held the pen like this. They could not write. And I think they were in GSS2 or GSS1. I can't remember now. Oh, they were in primary school actually.
Going to experience the situation here in Nigeria because I thought secondary school and I have seen the situation.
Yes, but as a researcher, you do as if you don't know anything. You're just going to go and investigate.
Yes, I have to be neutral. Exactly.
Yes. So so you get the point. Now, if someone cannot read and write, it will not affect design. Because they are linked. So maybe, like you would see in something I sent you, more pictures, more videos, more Hausa pictures, more Hausa videos. Because the same people, they are on Facebook, they are on TikTok, but they are listening to Hausa TikTok, Hausa Facebook.
Exactly.
So we have to meet them in that area. And that's why you need to let me write it down, like a Dex review on the current situation of Kano. How many people, there's always a report that they release every year for every country. And I know I worked on something like that sometime last year too.
I'm working in Kaduna, not Kano, sir.
You said?
Kaduna, not Kano, sir.
I've been doing Kano all this while, so.
It's Kaduna.
Sorry. Okay, we'll change that. I'm so sorry then. I don't know why I always put Kano. Maybe it was because of your
The
university.
Yes, university, I guess so.
Yeah, okay. Because if user will have been closer, then it's not going all the way to BUK.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So I mean, sorry if I use Kano, I'll use Kano a lot of times. In fact, you will see Kano a lot of my writing. So please just forgive
I
me.
think across Kano.
Yeah, I think I just unconsciously just did BUK and just did that. That was, I think, my
Yes.
problem. So please, anytime you see Kaduna, I mean Kano, yeah, just know that I wanted to say Kaduna. So we
All
need
right.
to look at Kaduna. So let me write that down. The extent, what's the state of education at Kaduna? How many schools, how people are literate? And you know now, I think that's the word, literate. They are able to read and write. And literacy has levels. Do you get it? There's what we call the basic literacy. I think that's what I was looking for. That's the word. Basic literacy, where you are able to just give you a passage and then you read. So you see that there are several tests we have to even give the students. Because if they are going to even say, if the computer says swipe left, they need to know what swipe left means. And if we
Right.
don't, and that doesn't mean we should change it. If we see that 90% don't even understand what swipe left mean, then we get the Hausa rendition of swipe left and
Yes.
move. So that's what
Okay.
we're going to do. So I guess it's not today's meeting is just for us to do like a deep dive, which is okay, into the things that need to be done. This is being recorded, and what I will do is in the next 24 hours or so, all these things we have discussed, we'll now bring it in orderly ways, like meet and what do you call that thing? Minutes of meeting. I will
Yes.
extract it. I can
Okay.
make it a bit visual so that you can connect to everything we said.
All right.
Okay, so I think that's it with curriculum. So why I'm saying the curriculum is if someone cannot read and write, then we may have to break down the curriculum. And you will see it in that link I sent to you, which we will look at it together now.
All right.
Let's go through all the steps. So all this will help you in your writing too,
All
and
right.
help me to give you all the journals, papers for all these subcategories I mentioned. Do you understand? And
Yes.
if possible, drafts of questionnaires that you have mentioned that may be helpful. I'll just send them to you.
All right.
So I think we can safely move to 2. We can't finish analysis forever, but I'm sure we
Yes.
have a clear understanding of how that will work. This
Yes.
is your core methodology for your chapter 3. So
Yes.
this design now is now based on analysis, and this is more my side than your side. Your side basically is a lot of in number 1. I'm not going to support, but when I get to 2, but I still need to explain to you what we are doing.
Okay.
Now, we are crafting the learning experience by defining objectives. So that definition of objectives is now based on the environment. And that is why I really spent time. I've spent so much time on 3. Why? Because I want to see, let's not waste our time. At 2, we are still 1 and 2, we're talking theory.
Yes,
First,
exactly.
we must design a system that is independent of the internet.
It has to be.
Independent tutoring system must be
Yeah.
independent because, like you were saying, even your internet can fail, data can fail. Then look at the cost for you to
The
buy
cost.
data for everybody in the class.
True.
Good. So that is a challenge. Now, what is beautiful is I want to hope, and that's why it's the second thing is portability. You cannot carry a big blackboard and be carrying it about, even though there are some devices like that. They have all the lessons on a big board. I can
Okay.
share videos with you that they're
Okay.
easy to teach. But look at the logistics of carrying that from school to school. The roads are bad. Do you get it? So this independent, intelligent, I would call it better, I don't know why. Intelligent tutoring system must be portable.
Yes.
You get it? It must be portable. So I'm now talking about the hardware. That's what they call it. And I'm sure you've heard that term before. And software. Hardware
Yeah.
is those external things. So hardware is internet, hardware is portability. So we're looking at either a tablet or a phone,
All
which
right.
will bring into a lot of things because even at that, we need to talk about visibility. I'm going to show you something, and that thing that link I showed you with
Yes.
proper guidance, you can install it on your phone tonight, especially if you're using an Android. But even if you are using excuse me,
Sorry.
you are using what's they call that thing? Apple. I'm not an Apple person. I'm Android. Although I have
Yes.
an iPad, an iPhone, you can still install it. What I sent to you, but I don't want you to see the web. But you can now put it on a phone. The thing I sent to you tonight, that link, you can install it on your phone and look at it. It can talk, it can play videos and all that stuff. So I'm going to make some modifications, and I tested a few things. So that is that to design. So then the content too. Now you would see in that link I shared that I tried to make it very, very simple. Though even after I said this thing may still be tough for some people to understand. So we still have to break it for now.
I just want us to let's finish with this so that we can dwell on that as well.
Yes, we will. We'll try to keep it. I know it's quite late, so I don't know. So I don't keep your household waiting. So I'll try and hurry up, but just to show you these things. So the instructional strategies now is how we intend to use it. So I'm trying to make sure it's as much as possible. It's a self-administered strategy. What I mean by that. Now, there may be guidance from teachers, fine, but 90% can be done by students because students will determine. And this is where we talk about the evaluation. Now, so there are two things. You go to the school at the analysis level, do a lot of tests and find out the kind of students. Then you come back, that you know, for example, if you had interviewed Bello in analysis, and Bello has shown that he's a visual learner, when Bello picks his name on the device, it will teach him visually.
Okay.
If Aisha had picked auditory, Aisha will have an auditory experience. So what Bello will see on his phone will be different from what Aisha will see on her phone.
Okay.
So instructional strategies, it's going to be custom because that's the real essence of this PhD work, to see the different learning strategies in this intelligent mode. So the system can detect what you are, and based on what you are, 1 minute. So based on what you are and what you are doing, it will now educate you.
Okay.
Teach you and show you what you need to do. So that is that instructional strategy, and then you have a content which I will show you to, we've outlined.
All right.
So I will be brief on that, but there's so much technology to talk about. So what I will do also is just give you the write-up on that, and then you can now adapt, for that. So let me write that down because they're big. So I need this meeting so that this is helping me to share my thoughts, about this. But to be very sincere, it would be good the analysis stage is done before you write design. So we have to get step 1 out of the way as fast as possible.
All right.
And I know that it requires that I give you some resources, which I will do from my end, hopefully before the end of today or end of the week rather. But please just keep on following up with me.
All right.
So step 3 is the actual development. Now I've gone to step 3, and don't blame me. I don't want to get there and not say, I don't have tire. We need a spare tire. Then we start coming back again. So I want to start trying it out. And this is because we're trying to collapse time.
Okay.
We have really lost a lot of time. So I'm already on step 3, and that's why you are seeing that thing. So sometimes, and I've also read some materials where you do 1, 2, 3, you develop a problem in 3, you go back to 1. Because that gives you different things you now need to analyze. So sometimes, ideally, we're doing 1, 2, 3. If we meet a roadblock in 3, we go back to 1, then do 1, 2, 3 again. You keep on evaluating. So this is actually being developed now. But like I mentioned, a prototype. What I have done is I have gone through the entire syllabus of the curriculum and just put snippets so you can see, and I will take you through that link today in this meeting. So that is that's it basically. So I will not also waste so much time on this, but I will talk about the software in step 3. We're currently using a software called Survey CTO. It comes with paid subscription, but like I told you, I just want to minimize your cost. There's nothing. So I have a subscription already. So you're leveraging on my subscription. Do you get it? And I think you can use it for the work you want to do whenever you need. I have to pay for the rest of the year. So even if I have 10 different customers, it's still the same amount I will pay. So
Okay.
I will not be the one to cheat you and say, this one is separate. And no, the one you paid for is the one. And I'm trying as much as possible, because I think you paid for that one in July, that before we reach July, we have finished this work. That's my
Exactly.
prayer
Yes, we hope.
completely. So we don't need
Yes.
to renew that one, because there will be need for that evaluation stage. Okay. So basically, this is now where you do designing, coding, and stuff like that. But like I said, you can't do 3 without 2. You can't do 2 without 1. You see how they are feeding each other.
Yes.
If you have a good design, then you have a good development. Do you get
Exactly.
it?
Yes.
So now 4 is far away from us, but that's why I want us to see what we can do in the next couple of weeks to do 1, 2, 3. It is very tough and audacious plan, but that's why I need your cooperation. I'm so sorry, because I know some days you were ready, I was not.
Yes.
So implementation now is, you will call them together, you will train them, but even this development stage, you can call it 3B. We will do a small test to be sure that everything is working. It's called software testing.
Yes.
But we now call people, train them, show them. That also comes with the cost. This is how to use it. And then please, when we are doing this analysis in step 1, let's ask if they have a phone.
It's
First,
true. Yes.
I will prefer you go to places where at least 90% have this phone. It may not be perfect. Smartphones, or not just any kind of phone. Okay.
And I have been, from my own end, I have been making a survey of the schools that have well-equipped and functional ICT system. So I don't know if you could use that, or
yeah, that's fine. If you find so the problem even with ICT systems, where you have a computer right in front of you,
okay,
you cannot have everybody learn. Then too, it depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to do a mix of, that's going back to analysis, your target audience, mix from the urban and the rural, or the peri-urban? So there are 3 categories. Urban, that's Kaduna North, Kaduna South. Not Kaduna South, yeah, Kaduna North. That's where they, yeah.
Since I'm in Kaduna education zones, all the schools are within the urban metropolis.
Okay, so they are urban. So another thing is, how many of them have ICT facilities? How many of them are knowledgeable? Because if they are all urban, and that's what your project thesis is all about, that's your target audience, then you expect them to be a bit knowledgeable, although your analysis will show that. So what's interesting at analysis level, step 1, is that some people may know how to use a phone, but they don't know jack about the biology. So phone use 100%, biology 0. Did you get my point?
Yes, I do.
So, although the zeros are the best people to teach, so there are people we call the control. There are people who even did well, but you not teach them fresh concepts, and then there's control and that's not what you're doing. But that's another complexity I don't think we should add to this work. So in the implementation, yes.
Okay.
You have a question.
The quasi-experimental, I'm going to take 2 for my control and 2 as the I'm going to take maybe 1 school for control while 2 schools for experimental. So I will make sure these 2 schools that I'm going to take for the experimental, I'm going to go and check during the analysis phase to see how many computers do they have, and the rest have you. Meanwhile, I know most of the teachers have smartphones with them, because I have gone to the school as well. Then I think so far that is it.
Now you said the teachers have smartphones. Now, if a teacher with a smartphone wants to teach a child of the class of 25, he's going to put the smartphone for all of them?
No.
Or so yeah, where I'm going to. So I'm a bit concerned about the students having is because of this. But go ahead, please. Let me hear what you have to say. You're on ground.
No, he cannot.
So he cannot. So his phone cannot be a blackboard. In fact, his phone is too small. Even the tablet is too small. What I'm saying, an intelligent tutoring system is not supposed to be one central blackboard in front of the class. It's supposed to be adaptable to each of the students' needs.
Yes.
So that means each student will have something in front of it. There are 2 ways of doing it anyways. You can say everybody should join a queue. You will take 35 minutes lecture. use the phone, then leave it for the next person, take the 5 minutes. So, or they can be doing it simultaneously at the same time. So these are things that we have to think about. It's not something you have to rush, but of course you have to think about it fast too. But the actual implementation, because I realized that I was talking theory for about 2 months. It's time to really get dirty, get into the programming part, see where the problems may be, go back and change. And that's why there are many things that crashed, many things that did not work. I just think my head was hot at the time. So just need to rest and clear my head, which I was able to now successfully go back again and rebuild this thing you saw. I said to you, I had to rebuild it from scratch.
Okay.
I now got it. I think I got it anyways until I can't say I've gotten it until you have looked at it. So this implementation, we need to really look at it. It's not something we'll do now.
Okay.
Sorry, you were saying something?
Yes, I was saying, can we not use their computers in the school for that purpose? Maybe if the class is large, we can divide the class into maybe 2.
Yeah, how many computers do they have? You will be the one. So it's back to analysis level.
Yes.
They have up to 5, and then 25 people in the class. That means each person will do it 5 each. And then what the average teaching hour will be, or teaching time. It's just a test. So of course you will see when I show you that you can learn these things in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. But I didn't make it something very long, and I'm going to show you some other things.
Okay.
So implementation is not something we'll do right now, but it's good to start thinking about it. How we are going to do the training.
Yeah.
We're going to have a training manual. I'll help you develop that. How this software works, what to do when you want to switch, what you want to do for your evaluation. And of course, all this, like I said, everything. If you have good analysis, which is the foundation, then you have good design. If you have good design, you have good development. If you have good development, you should have good implementation. And now this evaluation is now data will be generated. That device, that thing you are saying, calculates the time you spent on a question, how much questions you got right, got wrong, and then we can do a lot of analysis. For example, are the visual learners passing more than the auditory learners?
Okay.
Yeah, they're in their zones. I'm visual, but 80% of visual learners did well. Did you get it? Because of course, the whole idea is policy recommendation. That's how do you do this and do this to the system?
Yes.
So this is where we now really get out all the data, and that's still feeding from analysis. You must have. I have one of my favorite authors. He says, "Begin with the end in mind." When you are in 1, you are thinking of 5. You want to have spreadsheets, charts, that are speaking to the fact that this is the trend you are seeing across these groups. You get my point, and then that will greatly help. I want to make sure that the system is without bias, so that everybody can really benefit from it. So like I said, you observe I did so much dwell on 4 and 5, but I just want to add just a few more things which I try and explain here. So this is more detailed and more visual for you. So this is analysis. This is all these are in your folder, in your Dropbox folder. So you need to pay this thing. So analysis level. Who are we teaching? Target audience, SS2 biology, and no state. Sorry, anyway. I don't know. Yes, I've told you. So some speak English, some are Hausa, some are mixed.
Yes.
Let's know if that is. But the schools you are describing, they seem to be the ones that will speak predominantly English. But let's see. Some posted code mix. Even in very developed countries like Saudi Arabia, they code mix. I think in Colombia, they code mix. So let's see. So I said the multilingual approach, and these are just theories. When we get there, it should be fact-based. Like you are saying, you already know what the results will be, but let's just do as if we don't know.
Yes.
And I said the curriculum must be relatable, it must something they can come to. But the way you're describing those schools, I think because El-Rufai did a lot of work in that place. I did some work there for 4 years with the KDBS, the Kaduna State Bureau of Statistics.
Okay.
Did a lot of work there. We did some work. We're very close to the budget and planning commissioner, and we also did. That guy is now in CBN.
Okay. Yeah.
He's in CBN now, but he was the commissioner of budget. He was even running for governor one time. But everybody said, trying to revise them, very handsome like this. Sorry, but he's handsome. Anyways, so let's get back to work. So basically, if those are the kind of schools you're talking about, they may just be very good. I saw a lot of very good work done there. I don't know about the current governor now. I just know of the last one. So in the design level, you see, I wrote overcoming internet barrier. It must be visual, auditory, logical. These are the groups I'm thinking we should use.
Okay.
Catering for these 4 learning styles.
4 learning styles.
Then,
okay.
yeah, the development, I told you the SurveyCTO platform, and you will see it's surveycto.com. All the educational materials will be focused on that platform. It can capture data, it can capture video, it can capture audio, and you will see some of the things we do. And then we can do what we call a pretest, which is actually analysis, where we can. So what I was thinking initially was, if on the day they're supposed to do this implementation, which is step 4, they would have a pretest. They would answer a group of questions.
Yes.
And based on that question, it will now tell them how it's going to teach them. That's an intelligent tutoring system. From what you have said, from analysis level, I will have known who Bello is, who Aisha is. Did you get it? And who Sani is. So if I know that Sani is already a visual learner at analysis level, I just program it into the stuff. But even at development level, we are able to do that. We're able to filter. So, but you look at this prototype, then you tell me what you think. So that is this level. So this is the software I'm going to use. I think I'm good. And I had to go here because I've used many software and they keep crashing, or they're not really fitting into the practicality on ground. I think this one will be the best option, but let's see how it goes. There's another one called CS Pro. If we cannot work with this, then we have to use CS Pro to program it. And then the implementation, I said the first rows are really out to different schools. You can see tablets going to different schools and screens. This is where we do the implementation, training for the users, and the evaluations. We'll do standardized tests. And this I asked about this thing too, whether we should do, very important, I remember this, whether auditory students should take the test in an auditory way.
Okay.
Visual students, I'm just saying, because I think I read a paper on that where they tested them according to how they learn. They were tested in the way they learn, which is not really fair. It cannot happen practically. So I don't know whether we should really do it, because ideally everybody still feels a question, and so I don't know how that will work. I saw a paper, I think it was in Spain. I can't remember. But it was a paper where they tested them. I will look for it. The way they learned is the way they were tested. So if you are, I'm just saying, that's not exactly what it was. If you're a kinesthetic learner, when you do your exam, they take you to a physical place and ask you physical questions, and you touch, kinesthetic learners touch physically, and that's why it's not so good for technology. So they actually tested them based on how they learned. But ideally, it should be a standardized test. That's what I'm showing here. It's standardized. Or, these tailored evaluations are tailored according to your learning style, which I don't think will be, but we'll have to think about that when we get to that bit. But I think we'll do standardized, because even though you learn with different methods, there should be a central exam, and let's see. But we should also find out whether those people whether central exam favors one group more than the other. We never know. Anyway, that's why it's called research. So these are the things you will find in that folder. The folder is called frameworks. Have it in your folder. So please check to confirm that all these things are there. But I can see it from the side. And then I just dump things there. So this is basically everything. And then let's take notes. If you have questions, let me know. But I want to quickly go to that website now and just
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
So let's go there. Where are you? Website. I think I called it let's see. Tutor test here. Wow, what a day today.
Well done.
I thought I'd updated. So I'm going to just go to the beginning.
Okay.
What was what I was testing. So this is how it starts. It just asks you, I just wrote intelligent tutorial that there's something introductory thing.
Yes.
No. So the next thing you just click is this. Now, this thing I just showed you now can be installed on your phone tonight, but there are quite a number of steps you need to take. If you are using Android, or I'll send the steps, So you can pick visual and auditory, but like I mentioned, here you are going to pick names, but right now we don't have names, we don't have Bello, we don't have Aisha. When you pick, based on what you pick, it will determine what you will see. You get it? So I will pick visual.
How can IT actually are you going to is the student going to select, or is it that the intelligence tutor will help him select which?
Yes, intelligence tutor. That's why I only made this visual here. It's manual and it's temporary.
Okay.
So if Bello is visual, once Bello picks his name, what Bello will see is his name here, or his student matric number, whatever he calls it. When Bello types his number, the system will know what type of learner he is, because from analysis we analyzed. Did you get?
Okay.
You will type here. What I'm supposed to just type your matric number, but we don't have that now. But I could also design something like a demo to tell you, okay, 000 or 111 is visual, 246 is this. So when you type in your ID or your code or your student matric number, which will have gotten at analysis level.
Yes.
We'll just type it in and then it will give you based on what you are. So that first thing you can see is that this is in Hausa. I don't know if my Hausa is good. I'm not good at Hausa at all, so I'm sure you know. Even though I studied just for 6 years. But what I did was try and get some translation done. So if you go up here, you would see, I'm giving you would see a language module here. You can see Hausa here.
Option for
Hausa. So you can change it to English. Yes.
Yep.
So it says, just look at these specimens on the table, Dawa, which is sorghum. Now I'm trying to code mix.
Is this what you were trying to explain, the multi-languaging?
Yes.
Mix. Okay.
Dawa, which is sorghum, and Jero, which is millet. Notice the height of the grain structure.
Yes.
Now look closely at this Kundunji plant. It's a parasite that attaches to other flowering plants. See how its life cycle matches short rainy season of the Sahel. So there was supposed to be a video here, which I will show you. But it didn't come out well. It was just hanging. So that's why I needed to redo the video. But bottom line of all we're trying to say here is that we are trying to show diagrams. This person is a visual learner.
So Hausa, I don't understand what is the Kunduji plant.
Okay, I found that somewhere. I'm trying to. I will look at my research. So please just, if you see something that you don't understand, please just forgive me, because I just tried to. I will try and find it out. I'll try and find the English word for it. But is Dawa correct for sorghum and Jero for millet?
Yes.
Dawa is sorghum. Okay, I will go and find out. Please forgive me. Which I was just experimenting with the translator.
Yeah.
But the goal is that they can now see it on their device or on a screen. If we say that, there's one time I thought of all the visual learners should come to one class, and then there will be a central screen. All of them will watch that screen.
Okay.
And all the audio learners. So we are still open to things. The most important thing, let's save on cost. And the PhD should not be, you're not spending a PhD on what you can use to build the house.
Exactly.
Minus your cost, So it's something like that. So there will be a diagram. In fact, there was a video here before, but I took it out because it was taking time to upload. My internet was bad.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you that video. And then I go to the next lesson. I'm just saying. So why is it not clicking? Oh, sorry. I didn't click next. Okay. So this one, to observe these two digestive tracts, there's a section on digestion. So I just picked some parts, of the bed. Even this one, I feel it was too much, because I asked myself, will somebody be able to understand all this in one day? So I mean, just split it for grasshopper and for bed. Now I used things, they are conversant with. I know that we find a lot of grasshoppers or locusts in the north and
Yes.
guinea fowls. So I want to use, so I was very intentional about using things they can really. So please, as you're going through, if you think there are better things they relate with, you are the one on ground, let me know. We'll change the diagram. And these diagrams take a lot of time to do, but I have a lot of diagrams to do even for this prototype. So I go on to next. So this is a lesson in term 1. This is lesson 03. There's one that talked about the stomach and the digestive system.
Okay.
So I will try to, because of course, now the problem with biology is that there are some biology words that don't have Hausa. You understand?
Hausa, exactly.
Hausa interpretation. Like if I say what's osophagus in Hausa, nobody knows that. Aha. So it's a
There is,
challenge too.
but there's
Osophagus,
like I think that it's
and
the name.
intestine and liver. Okay, that's good then. So help me. You know, I just attempted. So I know I'm on English. I can always change. Say, watch this goat. Is this Awaki correct for goat?
Akuya. No, it's Akuya.
Akuya. Okay, please. I beg you. It's I just picked. There's a software called Google Translate just to translate it. This is
So
called.
Where did the logical mathematics come into place in here?
No, you can see what is on top here. Visual learner. If I go back, I've not done. So let me go back. Let me go back to the beginning. I've not done auditory, because auditory too, I need to put in audio, sounds. So what I want to do for visual and auditory is that you know, when you play a video, you have played both sound and video. A video you can see and you can hear.
Yes.
So that's why. So it's videos. So I did a lot of pictures and audio, but now I realize that maybe it's better to do sound. I did not change this thing. No, sorry. So I think there's a problem. Let me see. So there's something I need to change. I didn't change. I'm so sorry about that. So I will change it. So the questions, or not the questions, the items you see for audio is different. I'll do an update. Let me do that so you can see it later tonight. Update. I think it was when I was trying to change something. So now you can see it's audio learner that is here. Now, when we get Belo's day will be there, and then the kind of learner it is will be in front of it. And then what audio people will see is different from what visual people will see. In terms of words. Now, they may see the same video. Why I want to use video for audio and visual is that audio we hear, but also see. But hearing is more of their strength, they will hear. And then visuals, they will see. But now, it was taking so much time to load, which is natural, but I'm also trying to compress. You will see now that I'm compressing the video so that they don't take too long and they don't start dragging on any device, because videos take more space. So that's why you don't see any pictures in audio. You know, you won't see any pictures much in the audio section. But even this goat thing is not correct. So I need to change the questions, because what we did is audio, we see audio, and visual, we see visual. So, but let me go to visual, because that's where the pictures are right now. Let me go back to visual.
No problem if I go back.
Yeah, so where you are seeing these pictures, videos are supposed to be there, or audio recordings, because we may still go back to audio if we feel that audio is the best thing to do. So now there are kind of things we need your support here for.
All right.
First, critique what the lesson is. Lesson can be long. Now, I'm also I'm trying to play this on a phone. Do you get it? So you may try to first test on your phone, which may be very tiny. On your phone, you can open this link on your phone from your WhatsApp.
Yes.
Try it on your phone and see how visual it is. I've not tried it. As I'm talking to you, I'm looking at it on a laptop, as you can see. So try it on your phone. Let's see how it works. And then also critique if we should make the content larger, because I still feel, even though we want to do visual, there must be some little words that they can read about the picture and everything. So then next, I'm just showing you this is lesson 4. So this is about this. So dates, dabino. You put this in water, and then it soaks the water and it swells.
Okay.
So talking about, I think this osmosis.
Osmosis, yes.
Yes. So the pictures that I'm even thinking I should just make them bigger so that they can show on a small phone. But let's see how it goes. If you say we'll get a screen, if you say, so let's see. We are just learning everything we can learn right now. And so this is how it goes on and on.
Put on my phone. Whatever I see, then I will let you know whether it's okay or not.
Okay, that's fine. So what we now need are small classes. I have the textbook, but I realized that adapting it for a Kaduna person. So what you could do for me, you can just record lesson 6 in, and that's a lot of work for you. I don't know, but you may have find you have to imagine you're in front of a class and you're talking to students. So you say, good morning, students. Today we are going to talk about osmosis. Blah 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 in English. Give me a recording. There are software that do that, and just label the file well. Say English lesson 1, lesson 101. Another way is, you say you're with your student. I don't know if you mean primary students, because I thought you're teaching university students. So if you're with your primary students who are primary school students, secondary school students, whenever you're in your class, just put your phone down and record for me. That's if you do it in English, because I know you may also mix it in Hausa. But I want a pure English recording, and then I want a Hausa translation. So it's a lot of work. But I've now, like I think, because it's just not, you're not supposed to do the full, there are 6 major topics. I don't think you should do the whole, what's the word? I don't think you should. This boy was coming for his tablet. 1 minute. Joshua. I wonder why he just kept opening the door. He didn't want to disturb me. Joshua. Oh Lord, these children. Joshua. So the picture. So if you can, just record. And I don't why I say you should not stress yourself is, you know what it means to record the whole class 30 minutes. I don't think you should do that. Just give us a brief, but just like a teaching guide. The whole idea is just to test this thing. But if you think you can do that too, technology can take it. Do you get it? But what I want to discourage is that if you make it too long, it also loads the system.
But can we use the same content for the visuals?
Don't follow. You said?
Can we use the same content that you drafted on the visual so that we can use it for the...
Yes, so the content, so if you just go lesson by lesson, you can now expand it a bit. And you can just talk to a microphone tonight as if you're talking to your student. Say, good evening, students. Today we want to talk about osmosis. And you talk about it finish. What is difficult, to be very sincere, is now interpreting it. So I was saying, you know how it happens, when some of these religious leaders are giving their sermons, one person will be talking, one person will be interpreting.
Yes,
do you get my point? So I don't know if that will work. But what I'm saying is that everything you have just said now in English, we now need an English Hausa version. Or what do you think should be? Should we code mix? So there's no need to do Hausa separate, English separate, assuming that everybody that is in school will understand Hausa English. You get my point? If the person is a pure breed, he only understands English, maybe he grew up in Britain and has come to Kaduna to secondary school, he may not understand some Hausas. And there are certain people like that in every tribe. They grew up abroad, but they're now in Nigeria. So when you mix it, you confuse them. So that's why I was saying, let's have pure English.
Yes, and pure
Hausa recording audio.
Yes, I think that will be better.
Okay, and that's what I've learned. So that's a lot of work for you. So, and then you can save it in the folder, and I can guide you, the best way you think, the best way to do it. But just save it and label them properly. Because me, I don't know Hausa. Of course, I may know English, but I'll just say lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. And you see, I wrote term 1, term 2 there because I did 3 terms. I just split it by 3 terms, but it's just me developing a curriculum for 3 terms, but you can just ignore that. Just make it lesson 1 to 10 based on that curriculum you gave me. and just speak into it. I have technology that can transcribe your English into, what's the word? Into text, your words, your audio to text.
Okay. Description.
And I will now put it in the software. So I think it's easier when you talk than when you type. But if you
When I
think you can type your lesson out,
in Hausa,
when you talk in English, you're not talking Hausa. You're not interpreting that thing you said in English, you're not saying in Hausa. And you can find somebody if that is difficult. You know, you talk a bit like if I said, I am a boy.
challenge for me.
If I'm recording Hausa, I would say, I don't know what that is. Then, sorry, please.
I said it's going to
my network is now getting bad.
It's going to be challenging for me as well because I am not conversant with so many words that is in English and I can translate in Hausa as well. Definitely, I'll have to get somebody that is very good in Hausa for him to help me translate into Hausa. Yes.
Okay.
I can do.
Yeah, that's fine.
I can do the English auditory part, but for the Hausa part, I don't think I can be good. It's not going to be very good for me to do it, Gaskia. It's not. I don't think I can be able to do that. But I can.
Okay, fine. Let's look for somebody then. Yeah, that's fine. But the person too, of course, you have to be, because we are trusting the person to do the right thing.
Yes.
So when people do translations, we did that in Sierra Leone, where they have this their local pidgin. They call it Creole in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
So it's not English, it's Creole. I love the way it sounds in their ears. It's very beautiful in the ears. When I just tell them to talk to me in Creole. So they speak it in a very funny way, but sometimes they make mistakes. So somebody has to double check his work that this is exactly the interpretation. So anyways, I'm just saying, make sure the quality is good so that what you're communicating in English is very close to what you're communicating in Hausa. That's the main goal. So find somebody who is very credible then. That's fine. Then order the file. So you can say lesson 1_ English, lesson 1_ Hausa, and then you send it to me. And then you can suggest. Now, I did these diagrams deliberately. What diagrams you think they would understand? You have been with them. And then I will try and draw those diagrams and create it. The biology of those diagrams. That takes a lot of time. But I'd rather do something that you're sure of. You get it? And if you have a sketch somewhere, you can snap. Because I realized that the technique you gave me didn't have too much diagrams. Yes. So I had to go and generate some of these things myself.
Okay.
So, what are the next steps? I think we should still meet on Saturday. Okay, I think we should meet at least once a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're,
once a week. I really apologize, but honestly, at one time I was still thinking of just packing this thing. Don't why I'm dying on this work. You said what?
I said if your tight schedules allows you to do that.
No, I didn't hear you.
I said if your tight schedules allows
me to do what?
For us to be able to meet maybe by Saturday.
I think we should. Now, why I say so is honestly, I just didn't tell you this. The other commitment I have cancelled.
Okay.
Do you get it? But this one, because I have interest. And I told you why. I didn't hide my. I have interest in the topic. I just left it.
Yes,
so
I did.
I don't know. So there are people I've completely closed the. Did you get my point? I've completely closed the line with. I've said no, I can't take it. So why am I saying what I'm saying? I'm saying it because I want to get to the end. And I know it's difficult because it's not going to be a walk in the park. I know there'll be pushbacks. I know what a PhD goes through, what a PhD goes through. We have one funny lecturer, we have a panel, you have all kinds of layers to follow. So I kept us I might really need to go through it. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, sir. So, sir, I don't my two assignments here is for me to start with the analysis since school have resumed, then the auditing part of our content. So for the auditory
Yes,
part of
so you need to go through each one of them. There are
okay,
about, I do 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, about 30 of this, 30
let's
for
say
visual, 30 for audio. But if you feel it's too much, you can reduce it to like 20. And then
okay,
just look at the concepts I'm trying to communicate. Osmosis, transport, or what do you call it? Yeah, all those terminologies. So that's what I'm doing right now. You get?
okay,
I've given, okay, I'm not giving it to her. Okay. So
okay. So
that's what I'm trying to do right now.
okay, sir. So should we agree on using the same content for the visual same content for auditory? Are we going with that?
Wow. Uh, 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 eh, uh,
I don't have the textbook with me. I don't know the content. Everything
yeah,
is
so I want to get the curriculum in English and then I can adapt it for audio and visual. So it may affect the translation because, anyways, what's your experience? Anyway, maybe we should talk about your experience a bit in the field. There are some people, and one of them is my daughter here. My daughter learns by audio. In fact, like I
okay.
told my wife, she can, if you sing any concept to her, she will understand it. You turn it
Yeah.
into a song.
Okay.
You get it. So she's that, I think her way of learning is auditory kinesthetic because she likes sound and dancing and jumping. Do you get it?
Yes.
We just
Yes.
want to get her connected to learning experience. You have to do a running round and a
Well,
singing. She sings a lot and can learn
yeah.
songs. So where am I going to? If you now give me that in English, I need to create some content that will be a bit, that will be, for my daughter, I'm just giving an example,
Okay.
that will now be sound driven. So
Yes.
for example, when I'm starting, oh God, it's a lot of stress for you. So let's put it in English and then let me see what I can do. Because what may happen is that there are some audios that you may have to do just because of the auditory learners. Auditory learners are more connected to sound, more
Yes.
connected to music. So auditory learners, if you give them a song for each, if there is a song,
Yes.
it's going to be from a folk tale, you know. What was interesting, my mom and father, they understand Hausa very well, but I just they grew up
Yeah.
in Niger State. But
Okay. Yeah.
so there were these songs she used to sing to us. I'm trying to remember them now when she tells us stories about Gizo, the spider.
Yes.
So,
Give it. Okay.
so there's one music, Kai Musa, Musa, Ngal Musa, Makamatata. I've forgotten the song. I'll ask my sister. So my point is it possible? And if it's not, don't stress yourself. I mean, one or two songs that speak. And you know how people talk about my head, my shoulder, and things like that.
Yes. Yes.
Those songs help people remember when you put it in song form. If there's any concept in biology that has to do with songs, let's do that. Let's have those songs that help them to remember things. I guess so. I don't know if you find that. I ask teachers too, when I do analysis, maybe they have some songs they sing. Like there was a song we used to sing to help us remember the periodic table.
Yes.
It was a very long table, had so many, and so there's always some songs for multiplication, songs for rivers in Nigeria. There are rivers of Africa, Nile, Niger, Benue, Senegal, So
Yes.
that's why. So if there are any things like that in biology in the north, let's have it. I don't know, so so you'll be the one to check. So just
I,
ask teachers that
I,
when there's difficulty in learning, what songs do they use? And
okay.
if you find them too, we can now put that.
I
So it's a
think
tough
the
one, but I know it's doable. You said?
yes, it is, sir. So
Mm.
I think what we're going to start right now is drafting the analysis, the questionnaire for the teachers, for the students, so
Yes.
that we start
Yes. So
everything.
I'll give you some resource materials that may help you
Okay.
get that right. I'll
Okay.
try and give you. Please ask me the next 24 hours to just
All
gather
right.
them.
Okay.
I mean, what I'll do, I'll separate the folder and just call it maybe phase 2, because I observed that all your previous research work is still somewhere. So I'll just call this implementation folder.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
I'll try and rearrange the folder so that it can be more structured. So research, all your research work, all your journals, everything will be in one folder. Then all this implementation work, visuals, programming, everything, even the program itself, this program that produced this, I put in your folder. You know, somebody may want to see it tomorrow.
Yes.
At the end. So all your codes, they are there. So please, the reason I want to beg, it's only you and I that share the folder. Just be careful that you don't accidentally delete anything.
All right, sir.
I like working from my client's folder so that they have a sense of what I'm doing also. When I'm
imaging, exactly, sir.
That's it. I guess that's everything on my side. So why I said we should still try and meet in about 48 hours, though it's tough. Even if it was 30 minutes, it's just to be sure where we are going, what we have been able to achieve, and if there are challenges.
Yes, sir. I think
so January and February they're very busy for me, but I'm trying to take it slowly.
All right.
Just for myself.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. And thanks for your patience, because it has been, I understand.
Yeah.
It has been so stressful. So let's see if we can do another Saturday meeting.
All right.
Same time, maybe after your evening prayers.
All right.
So I hope it has been useful. I mean, a lot of things to think about. Then also let me share the draft of this meeting.
Okay.
So that
all right, sir. All right, sir.
Okay. Take care. Good night.
Good night, sir. My regards to the
Good night. Yeah. Yeah, they were here. Bye. Take care. Bye.